Hi, thanks for coming to our foundation tutorial. So, let's talk about how do you apply your different products. So, what are always with you? Your fingers. After you've cleaned your face, all your fingers are nice and clean. So, what do I like to teach? I like to teach and show you how to put on your foundation and make it super easy, super simple. And so, if you have just gone ahead and you have just done your skincare, and you have got your moisturizer, you just put your moisturizer on, I suggest that you, oh, I had it sitting here, couldn't see it. I suggest while it's still wet that you take a line of CC cream down your finger, blend it like this, just on your finger, not on your palms, just on your fingers like this, press it onto your face like this, look like bamboo sticks, press it underneath your eyes, and then just go like this. You don't need a mirror. You can do this without a mirror. I'm doing it without a mirror here right now. You're done. Okay. That is the CC cream. That's how you put the CC cream. The great thing about CC cream is it gets rid of, it does 8 things, and it's like a concealer, actually. You still may need to conceal, but I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so that's the CC cream. It's also a primer. So let's say you just did this, and that gets you around for till whenever you want to have actually more coverage. Okay, you could be using one of our liquid foundations, and it'll be towards either a pink stripe or a purple stripe. If you have oily skin, you'll have a purple stripe. That's matte. It soaks up, what a matte foundation liquid does, it soaks up oil and it sits on the surface of your skin versus going down into your pores. And if it's the pink one, it's adding moisture to your skin. So you'll have the one that's appropriate for your skin. So if you're going to put on a liquid foundation, they both are the same, the colors are the same, but you got to make sure you got the right formula for your skin type. You have a choice. You can put it on with the throwaway triangle sponges, and you could use that probably for 3 or 4 days and then pitch it. Better idea is to use a Mary Kay sponge that come in a set of 2, and you can throw them in the wash with your towels once a week, and you can apply this with that, or you can put it on with a brush, or you can put it on with a foundation brush. And so lots of different ways to put things on. Let me just show you the simplest way, and the way that I've taught for a long time, is just put, again, a line down your finger like this. If you're just working, if you've just put on your CC cream, you can just go ahead, blend this on your fingers. If you're super dry, you could add a drop of moisturizer to it, and then you're just going to go press, 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 press everywhere on your face. Don't go underneath your chin. You don't need to do that, actually. You'll get enough coverage. So just press and roll. It's like bamboo sticks, and then just go down like this. Underneath your eyes, just give it a little press. Around your nose, give it a little press. If you have an area that needs some extra, you can just go ahead like this. Okay, now the other option was to put on Mary Kay sponge, and I'll just go over the midsection of, and sponging, you just sponge it down like this. You can moisten the sponge. How do you moisten the sponge? When I was first told that, I thought, what does that mean? So you take the sponge, you just put it on the top like this, you squeeze it, get rid of everything, and then you put it on with a sponge. What do I like to put it on with? Fingers or sponge. I know my fingers are always with me, they're clean. That's a great way to put it on. Some people want to put it onto their brush, and then they just scrub it around in circles all over their face, like that. Depends on what you like to do. Do what you like to do. Put it on how you like to put it on. If you're using one of our cream to powders, you're actually going to put that on with a sponge. You're going to pick some off like this, and then you're just going to press it into your skin everywhere, press, 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 and then just smooth it down with a sponge. And I suggest using Mary Kay sponge because they last longer, and you get fabulous results. They're great. Now, if you're going to put on our mineral powder, how are you going to put that on? It's got a little twist. You're going to pop up some powder just by touching it like that on the bottom. And you can use a Mary Kay sponge to put it on, which is just press, 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 press it everywhere. I'll just put it on with the sponge on this side and then down. And what's that do? If you have oily skin, you can't live without putting a little powder on. So just like this. The only thing about putting it on with a brush is it's messy. So if you're not the one cleaning the bathroom, you won't mind putting it on with a sponge. If you're the one cleaning the bathroom, you're probably not. With a brush. You get more mess with that. Okay, so that's putting mineral powder on with a brush. Mineral powder gives you the same coverage as liquid, and you can build it. Building it means that you can go ahead, and I'm just going to use a sponge because I like using my sponge. You can just go ahead and press it into this area, dip a little bit more, and then just press over again any area that needs extra coverage. So that's how you would go ahead and use that. Okay, so we've covered CC cream with fingers, press, liquid, fingers works great. Mary Kay sponge, second option. If you're going to put on cream to powder, which is gives you the most coverage, you're going to use it like this, and then you're going to press it in everywhere, and then you just smooth it down. And you can even smooth it down with your fingers. Putting on the mineral powder, you can sponge it, you can brush it, okay? And the translucent powder, it has like little disco balls in it, and let's say you don't use the mineral powder. Mineral powder is more like a foundation coverage. If you just want a light powder for after you've gone ahead and put on your products, then you can just you take the lid off. It comes up like, again, same principle, and then you can just put it on, and it sets all your makeup. So you use translucent powder for setting your makeup. That's the main reason you use that. Okay, so that tells you how to go ahead and use our foundations. Our foundations are absolutely fabulous. They're age-fighting, they're moisturizing, and they look beautiful on, and they last a long time. Okay, so if you were going to use a concealer, I'm just going to grab, this is the under eye concealer. I'll show you. You can conceal after you put your product on, and I should just actually look, because I'm just looking. I'm not actually using a mirror here. That was all done without a mirror. Okay, so if you're going to conceal, I'm just going to do this by looking into the screen. You put it on like, do you see how I'm putting that on like that? I'm going to put a little bit up here, a little bit just around this area on my face. And for me, I need to put some right here because that's, again, where my rosacea is. Okay, so I put my lid back on. I didn't blend it with that. Now I'm going to take my Mary Kay sponge. I'm going to blend that in. Or you can take your fingers and blend it in. I like using my fingers because the warmth of your fingers helps blend everything around. And then you just pat this around like this. A little bit out like that. Here, if you are around your nose, if you found that you had bumps somewhere, longer you're on Mary Kay skincare, less likelihood bumps are going to be an issue. Okay, so then you're done with that. Let me have a little look. Perfect, perfect, flawless. Then I would take my translucent powder, and I'm going to put it on with a sponge because that's how I would always put it on. Okay, I'm just using my powder sponge here a bit. Okay, so I'm all powdered up, ready to rock and roll for the day. So that's how you can put on the concealer, and that also walks you through how to put on all the foundations. Using your CC cream alone by itself, you can then add on a liquid if you want more coverage, velvety finish to your skin. If you need lots of coverage, you might want to consider using our cream to powder, endless cream to powder. And you can then choose to powder with a mineral powder that is the color of your foundation, so it just blends in, gives you a nice matte finish. Or you can use our translucent powder, which has little disco balls. And the drier you are, the more you're going to like that because it makes your skin look nice and matte. Okay. So that's how you can go ahead and use the foundations if you need any extra information about the foundations. And you can use sponge, you can use the throwaway sponges, you can use the sponge all week and then just throw it away. If you're having a lot of issues with breakout, buy a bag of these kind of sponges, and until you get your breakout handled, use a new sponge every day. Because you don't want to be introducing bacteria onto your skin. That's part of the reason you're breaking out so much, is you've got some bacteria going on there. Powder, again, you can sponge it or use it like this. If you if you put some concealer on, let's say you got a bump here, and you put the concealer on, and then you can take your finger, pardon me, and just powder, and then blend it in with your finger. What happens is the powder sits on top and it absorbs the oil. Okay, great. Thanks for coming to this tutorial. More questions, let me know. I'll answer them. Bye.